New reports out this morning say that Bernie Sanders is planning to cut nearly half of its campaign staff following this news of Hillary Clinton clinching the Democratic nomination. Now, he's also planning to meet with President Obama tomorrow, as we said, refusing to back out of this convention, obviously, in July. Is Sanders hurting the party? First, you, Kat. What do you think? Is he hurting the party by staying in this race?
He absolutely is, but at the same time, regardless of whether or not Sanders voters have an unfavorable view of Donald Trump, that doesn't mean their support's going to go to Hillary. They might not vote at all. Or I think it's going to be interesting to see Gary Johnson is actually pulling support from the liberal side as well as the conservative side, because actually him and Bernie Sanders agree on a lot of things other than the economy. But if you look at drug legalization, and he's anti-establishment, he's an outsider because he's from a whole different party. I think that he could gain some of their support too. So just because it's not going to Trump doesn't mean it's going to go to Hillary.
The party panel, he was on Brett Baer's show earlier this week, and the party panel that they when they interviewed him, it was like one of the most fascinating political interviews I've ever seen, because they're like, well, you were running this marijuana business. How recently have you smoked marijuana? Is what they asked him.
I think he had mentioned that he would defer to the states on polygamy. So I think there's some uphill battle with him on a variety of issues with Republican voters.
Well, that is funny.
You're on your own there.
When you look at the negatives as high as they are for Donald Trump and the negatives as high as they are for Hillary Clinton, doesn't that make the VP pick that much more important? Typically Americans don't really vote for a VP, but this time, Mercedes, it may be very different.